For decades, Madonna has been the definition of unstoppable. The woman has survived the music industry, scandal, heartbreak, and countless fashion faux pas, but in 2023, the Queen of Pop met her toughest opponent yet, her own body. This wasn't a publicity stunt, a shocking reinvention, or another media moment crafted by the world's most calculated provocateur. This was real, it was raw, and it almost ended everything. When Superwoman collapsed. Picture it. Madonna, 64 years old, still rehearsing like a woman half her age for her highly anticipated celebration tour. She's dancing, directing, fine-tuning every light cue. Because of course, Madonna doesn't just do a show, she orchestrates a spectacle. And then her body said, nope. One moment, she was the tireless icon who has defied time itself. The next, she was unconscious in an intensive care unit, machines beeping around her, doctors racing to save her life. She was in a coma for 4 long, terrifying days. 4 days where even her children didn't know if they'd ever see her wake up again. For a woman who's built an empire on control of her art, image, and destiny, this was the ultimate surrender. The diagnosis: sepsis, the silent killer. Doctors discovered she had sepsis, one of the deadliest medical conditions imaginable. It starts with a simple infection, but then your immune system goes rogue, launching a full-scale civil war inside your body. Your blood pressure drops, your organs start shutting down, and every second becomes a race against time. Even the healthiest people often don't make it. And here was Madonna, the ultimate symbol of strength and resilience, staring death in the face. In a twisted way, it's poetic. The woman who has been called immortal by fans around the world suddenly found herself confronting her very mortality. Fame, fortune, and decades of breaking barriers couldn't protect her from biology's brutal truth. We're all human underneath the glitter, from superhero to survivor. When Madonna finally opened her eyes after 4 days, she wasn't the powerhouse we're used to seeing on stage. She wasn't the Madonna of Vogue or Like a Prayer. She was weak, disoriented, and unable to even get out of bed. "I had no strength, no energy," she admitted. For the first time in her life, the woman who once said, "Power is being told you're not loved and not being destroyed by it," felt powerless. Recovery wasn't quick or pretty. It wasn't like one of those glamorous Hollywood montages where the hero runs up the stairs to triumphant music. This was slow, painful, and frustrating. Imagine going from commanding stadiums of adoring fans to struggling just to walk to the bathroom. That's humbling and horrifying. But Madonna being Madonna, she didn't crumble. She fought back, inch by inch, day by day, in true Queen of Pop fashion. Finding strength and surrender. How does someone who's conquered the world learn to let go? By doing exactly that. Madonna turned to her spiritual roots in Kabbalah, something she's long credited for giving her balance amid the chaos of fame. Her teacher told her something simple but profound: radical acceptance. Accept what's happening. Accept that you don't know when it will end. Don't drown in why me. And somehow that clicked. Instead of fighting against her situation, as she's done her whole career, she surrendered to it. She stopped trying to bulldoze her way through the pain. She allowed herself to feel weak, scared, uncertain, and in that surrender, she found her strength. It's ironic, isn't it? The woman who's been a symbol of defiance and rebellion discovered her greatest power in acceptance. Maybe even Madonna needed a reminder that vulnerability isn't weakness. It's human. Haunted by fear and determined to overcome it. Even after she recovered enough to go home, fear lingered like an unwanted encore. Sepsis is notorious for leaving lasting damage, both physically and mentally. Many people never fully bounce back, and Madonna admitted that she was terrified of permanent damage. What if she could never perform again? What if her body betrayed her a second time? But she refused to live in fear. Instead, she made a decision to fight for her life, for her family, and for her fans. Her recovery became her new performance, one without lights or applause, but with the same unrelenting drive that made her an icon in the first place. A miraculous second chance. A year after her hospitalization, Madonna marked the anniversary with a post that left fans in tears. She called her recovery nothing short of miraculous. She wrote, "Life is beautiful," and thanked the universe for giving her a second chance. Coming from someone who's been on every magazine cover, broken countless records, and reinvented herself more times than most people change passwords, that simple gratitude said it all. It wasn't about fame anymore. It was about being alive, the human behind the legend. For so long, Madonna has existed as more of a myth than a person. She's the material girl, the provocateur, the feminist warrior, the pop priestess. But now we saw her stripped of all that. No makeup, no filters, no entourage, just Madonna, fragile and human. And somehow that made her even more powerful. Her story isn't just about survival, it's about humility, about realizing that no amount of platinum records or designer corsets can make you invincible. She's living proof that strength isn't just about pushing through, sometimes it's about knowing when to stop and heal. The irony of immortality. There's something almost cosmic about Madonna facing this kind of trial. After all, she's built her career on defying rules: age, gender, religion, the patriarchy. And now, life itself threw her the one challenge she couldn't outdance. If this were a stage show, this would be the dramatic third act. The heroine brought to her knees, forced to face her greatest fear, her own mortality. But, true to form, she didn't just survive, she came back swinging. She may not have leapt straight into a 12-hour rehearsal the moment she left the hospital, though knowing Madonna, she probably tried, but she did something even braver. She embraced being vulnerable, something she's never done publicly before. A lesson for all of us. Let's face it, Madonna has always been a mirror of society. Bold, controversial, and ahead of her time. But this chapter in her life reflects something deeper, a universal truth about aging, resilience, and the limits of the human spirit. In a world obsessed with filters and perfection, Madonna's story reminds us that even our heroes have hospital bracelets and fears they don't post about on Instagram. Her ordeal is a wake-up call, not just about health, but about perspective. You can have the fame, the fortune, the followers, but when your body shuts down, none of that matters. What saves you then isn't your resume, it's your will to live. Back in control, but different now. When Madonna returned to the stage, she wasn't the same woman who collapsed months earlier. She was softer, wiser, and, dare we say, a little funnier. In her shows since the incident, she's joked about her miraculous survival, teasing that not even death could handle her attitude. Classic Madonna humor, equal parts sass and steel. But beneath the laughter, you can feel the gratitude. Every song, every movement now feels like a victory lap. Not for her career, but for her life. The Queen still reigns. Madonna's near-death experience isn't just another headline in her long, dramatic career. It's a turning point. The moment the Queen of Pop became the Queen of Perseverance. She's faced everything: critics, censorship, heartbreak, and now a brush with death. And once again, she came out stronger. Maybe this is the most inspiring Madonna reinvention yet, not as a sex symbol or pop innovator, but as a survivor. A woman who's shown us that it's okay to fall apart sometimes, as long as you get back up. Because if there's one thing we've learned from Madonna, it's this: you can knock her down, but she'll always find a way to get back up. In heels, no less. So, here's to the Queen. May her recovery be a reminder to us all that even the icons who seem larger than life are still human, still fragile, and still capable of inspiring us in ways that have nothing to do with charts or choreography. After all, Madonna didn't just survive sepsis, she turned it into another lesson in resilience, grace, and yes, even humor. Because let's be honest, if anyone can stare death in the face and come back with a killer tour, it's Madonna. And that's the incredible story of how Madonna, the Queen of Pop herself, faced death and danced her way back to life. If you enjoyed this story and want more deep dives into the lives of icons, legends, and the moments that shaped them, go ahead and smash that like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Stay inspired, stay curious.